Hello everybody, my name is Michael here at Fabspeed, and today I'm going to show you step-by-step instructions on how to install our 992-911 GT3 wing riser delete kit. Okay, so for the job you're going to need a couple socket wrenches, 3/8 and 1/4 inch drive. I also like to use an extension to make things a little bit easier. You'll have a 13 mil for a few bolts holding down parts of the deck lid, your T30 for the wing, T25 for bits of trim, your 8mm for the mounting tabs on the wing risers themselves, and a little plastic pry bar to help get the wing down. It also helps to have masking tape to protect the paint on the vehicle. So the first step of the process is to remove the wing. I like to put down something to protect the paint, so we're going to use some 4-inch masking tape. So now that we have protection down on the paint, we're going to go ahead and remove the 4 T30 bolts that hold the wing on. Now that all 4 bolts are removed, I'm going to take a plastic pry bar and free the wing. Now keep in mind, if you do want to reassemble your car with the wing back on it, there are 2 different types of fasteners. The bolts with the shoulders on it go on the rear. Now that the wing's out of the way, we can start with removing the rear deck lid. Now with the oil cap popped, you can lift that up, and the one on the other side's held in place and should pull right out. And this panel pops right out as well. Next, moving on to the bigger portion of the rear deck lid, there's 2 13mm bolts. You could also use a triple square if you'd like. I just prefer the 13 mil. Now with those 13mm bolts removed, the rear deck lid should pull right out. Next thing we're going to do is remove 6 T25 bolts. Now before we remove the other part of the deck lid, we're going to reach under here and unplug the 3rd brake light. Now the whole assembly will be able to come out. Next, we're going to go ahead and pop out these wing risers. The bolts securing the wing risers are all 13mm. So here you can see I have the factory wing riser and our delete. As you can tell by the foundation, it's 3D printed and it's a direct match, guaranteeing a perfect fit. Now before you install our delete plates on the car, we're going to swap over the mounts for the part of the deck lid. Now that we have our mounting tabs, well, mounted, we're going to go ahead and put the riser delete on the car. All right, now that we have our delete plates installed on the vehicle, we can start the reassembly. You're going to go ahead and put this deck lid on. Make sure you plug in your 3rd brake light. Now, the mounting tabs on the plates themselves have adjustability. You want the panel gap even on both sides, lined up with the window, so everything's nice and symmetrical. It may take a couple tries to get it right. So now with the deck lid on and the panel gap set up, we'll throw these 6 T25 bolts back in. When you go and install the other half of the deck lid, you want to do a forward sliding motion because there's locking tabs on top of the light bar and the other part of the deck lid to connect the two. Before tightening down the 13mm bolts, make sure your panel gap's nice and even on both sides. And there you have it. That's everything you need to do to convert your 992 GT3 from a swan neck to a touring look. It's a simple job you should be able to do yourself in your garage, and it's reversible too, so depending on how you're feeling, it could only take an hour or so to swap the whole look of the car. Thanks for watching.